got going today, folks? Thank y'all for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you're all having a great weekend. It's a beautiful day out. Just got a bunch of stuff done. Spring and shaft. Did you get our tickets for Atlantic City yet?
Wow.
We are live all around the world.
That's an easy drive. You don't need to fly there. Only about 11 hours.
Dude, that's a couple of pre-rolls.
At least 5. One every 2 hours.
One every hour. Just like, God damn. All right, let's get drunk.
Well, me and my buddy tried that going to Florida, and he couldn't hang. So.
Really?
Oh, dude, he was like, dude, I gotta fuck. And we were driving at night, and I just kept on.
See, for me, I could probably keep smoking. It's just the part where it starts where you start burning your throat. You know what I mean? Like for me, I could probably keep smoking all day, but there's a point where my throat starts burning. You know? Oh.
Well, then you start wasting, and you can only get so high. If you're smoking flower, you can only get so high off it, or
right.
If you're smoking those infused or the oils, then you'll get a little higher. But
I can't wait till later after I have that fish. Oh boy.
Is it an indica or a hybrid or a sativa?
I have no idea.
It should say on it. I'm gonna get some. I think I'll get a couple later on.
I think my parents are going next week to the dispensary shindig.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, I asked my mom when she was over, and she's like, yeah, I think so. Dad said something about it.
He didn't fall for that. They didn't fall for that Reefer Madness video they had to watch. You ever see that?
Reefer
movie?
Madness.
Reefer Madness. It's from the early 50s to get people not to smoke marijuana.
Oh. If anything, it probably just did the opposite.
No, I'm sure it scared some people back then.
You think?
Oh, yeah. Like your parents, your grandparents probably were paranoid by it.
Well, I've seen in my on the mafia stuff, on my readings of it, they were even trafficking weed in the 20s and 30s.
Well, yeah, weed. They usually stayed away from heroin.
From what I read, from what I read though, they mostly dealt with Asians on it.
Right.
And the heroin thing too. But from what I've read too, pot's been around for it's been in brothels.
It's been around forever.
Yeah.
When they went to ban it in the United States initially, the president at the time looked out the window and said, how the hell are we going to get rid of it all? Because it grew everywhere.
Right.
It grew like weeds. That's why they call it weed.
You know, I think 100% pharmaceuticals had to do with it.
Oh yeah, for sure. The juice.
When I feel like when they figured out the pill press and all that, like.
Facebook, I sent you something to join that group.
Okay.
You're gonna have to get approved, so let me know when he approves you. I'll send him a message that you're a friend of mine. He's going to probably show up at the next council meeting to rebuttal them too. Because actually Palestine is not its own country. It's just the area that the Arabs call that area.
It's just, I find they should be protesting the other Arab countries over there not doing anything to help them. They really want to start protesting stuff.
Right.
You got so many countries that have turned their back on Palestine. I mean, look at Egypt. They won't let them in. You know, they kept them all at the southern part. And Jordan, yeah, they're just threatening, you know, like just threatening Israel, saying you better stop, but they're not doing anything.
Right.
If anything, I'm seeing videos of our C-130s dropping aid to the Palestinian people. But I don't see any of the Jordanians or the Egyptians doing that. I don't know. It's just, they're all nuts over there. Muslims are just nuts. They got radicalism, and then you got normal. I know the normal Muslims aren't like this. Normal Muslims, they're just like any other. I mean, they're not out to swipe the necks of the non-believers, you know.
Right.
They want to live just like us. They're not radicalized. See, there's parts of the Quran where they can literally radicalize all these people so fast. I wonder, do you think you'll see more Chaldeans show up at this? And, like, do the same thing this guy's doing?
I don't. This area really doesn't, you know, my city doesn't have a lot of them, so I don't know. But they're coming from other cities, so who knows?
Yeah, that's right. You let it drop. I gotta remind myself when I go over there to go downstairs and get my dad on everything. Cause the last time, like, he got off he said, like, when he got on Discord, he, like, there was like 20 people on. I'm like, dude, it's just like 2 of us or whatever. And he's like, no, there's a bunch of people on. And I went over there, and somehow his Discord got like stuck, and it still showed like everybody online from like a couple weeks ago. Oh, it was really? Like the weirdest glitch ever. And then it came to be that he had a bunch of updates on Discord he had to do. But yeah, it was the weirdest thing ever. Like, it showed Chino online, like it was just MC, like all of us. because it's getting back going.
I gotta go pick up my stuff.
Alright, man.
I'll be back in.
Don't forget to stop by the Italian deli, you know what I'm saying? Get some for later, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm out these streets, baby. Be right back, folks. Gotta take a piss. What up?
What's up, boys?
He ran out for a minute.
Well, good, we can talk shit then. What's going on?
Nothing. You're really low.
Again? Hold on.
And again.
And again.
I was just listening to Ken's show from last night.
Ken did a show last night?
Yeah.
What the? Not only no fucking alert from YouTube, I've been looking at
It was
fucking
on
my
Patreon.
subscription. Oh, okay. Well, that's why, because I'm not on his Patreon.
Oh.
That sucks. Sucks.
Come on, Tigers. Those get
Motherfucker.
What?
Fucking Windows again changed my level of microphone.
Oh, yeah.
It should sound a lot better now.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Oh, I want to punch my fucking computer, but then I wouldn't have a computer, so. Holy fuck. That disturbs me. It perturbs me, even. So, yeah, what was Ken's show about?
So far, it's just him and Tommy, and they're talking about The Sopranos.
Oh, sort of like a chill out thing.
Yeah. Let me see if I can send it to you. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I'll watch it at some point, but I won't disrespect you, listening to it and ignoring you. That would be disrespectful.
No, you're good. I already have it shut down. Dave.
So, did you watch any of the New Japan Pro Wrestling
Oh, yeah, I watched
thing?
it this morning.
Oh, okay.
It was awesome.
I heard. I didn't watch it last night, and I've only seen things on Twitter referencing it. But was it? Yeah, good for John Moxley. Fucking the only one who's ever held AEW, WWE, and IGPW titles.
Right. It was a good show.
I heard there's a lot of good matches.
Yeah, Jungle Boy came out, and it was in Chicago, so he's telling all the crowd to like fuck off, and they were chanting shit during the match and all that. Yeah, he's definitely.
I saw some of those highlights. That's fucking great. I'm actually thinking I'm just so fucking exhausted. But the plan was for me to do a stream talking about what's been going on for the past 2 weeks with AEW and the release of the footage and the total fucking seethe coming from WWE super fans and shit about how it was inappropriate and blah blah blah, and it's just hilarious how much hate AEW has and how unfounded it is.
I think it would have been one thing if they would have released it right after it happened instead of like almost a year later.
Yeah, but you'd get the same sort of response from WWE retards, which is, well, why did you release it? And it's not appropriate, blah, blah, blah. And, like, it's low class and unprofessional. And we know that WWE has done exactly that. And, again, last week was WrestleMania week, and all they were fucking talking about was AEW. I mean, you had Triple H taking a shit on Will Ospreay, that he can't, do the grind, and Will Ospreay responded, in kind, and that was totally justified. But yeah, the reaction that that Jungle Boy got was great, and I loved hearing the chants where they're like, that the audience is, some of the audience is saying, "You got choked out," and then the other half of the audience is like, "No, he didn't," and they're
Yeah.
just trading that back and forth.
And then they started chanting Luchasaurus.
I
Did you see
didn't hear
that?
that.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
They were chanting a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I heard it was a good pay-per-view overall, a lot of good matches, and just the crowd was very animated. And
I thought it was. I can send you the link for the full thing if you want. The
I've got
replay.
yeah, I've got a link for that. Right now, I just want to fucking relax and chill and decompress. And I got to get on to doing some dishes and some laundry, but it's been such a long week for me, and I'm exhausted.
Huh.
That's why I'm not even sure if, was it Thursday? I was just seeing all the shit that was coming out from the Wednesday prior about all these comments about how it was inappropriate with releasing the footage, blah blah blah. What do they hope to accomplish with it? And I was just so fucking, I don't know, heated that I was just like, I'm gonna fucking rip these people apart when I do a stream about this whole situation, because it's so one-sided, I think, and it's just so, like, people like pro wrestling don't want to see WWE, even with its foibles and problems, disappear. People who just follow WWE and, you know, live miserable lives hate the idea of competition. And it's just like, right now is, I still say, right now is the greatest time for being a pro wrestling fan.
Oh, it is.
You'll find it almost every single day on TV or on the internet. You'll have at least, 2-3 pay-per-views a fucking month.
Oh, yes.
Of various companies and stuff. I mean, like, we're so blessed right now as wrestling fans to have what we have, and some people want to see AEW just totally, you know, destroyed. It doesn't make any sense until you realize that these people aren't pro wrestling fans. They're cultists. They just want to follow, you know, one big company, one big monopoly, and even if it's shit, as long as it's their shit, they're happy. It's just so sad. I'm gonna have to make myself a coffee. I already had enough coffee today, but fuck.
Coffee.
Yeah, just talking about it actually gets me animated.
Big night tonight, UFC 300.
Yeah, I saw your post. Oh, that's right. That's at 10 o'clock, I think. Main card's at 10, yeah. Which fight are you looking most forward to?
All of them.
Oh, yeah?
All of them are literally main events. Even the prelims that start at 6. Like, those are 2 former champions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, there's so many good fights.
I'm not too familiar with most of the names there, but by the way, if you're telling me it's a stacked card,
It is so stacked.
I can't wait till next week. AEW Dynasty.
Oh.
That's gonna be fucking amazing. Like, they got some amazing matches, you know, planned, and should be a lot of story development and stuff. So.
Oh, that's Sicily. Oh, that's Sicily.
Yeah.
He's back. That Italian stallion himself.
Back again.
What's up? Another nut. I had to open up the house a little more.
I got every window.
I didn't go that far.
Every window. Spare no expense.
I got my front door open, which has I have like like it's got a window, like it's like all glass, but then you can like slide the top half down, and the screen comes down. Kind of cool. So it's not like you have to take out a storm window or something. You just slide it down.
Right, yeah.
I got the door wall open to my back. Maybe I'll turn on the ceiling fans, move the air around. How about that?
Yep.
Because I'm not locked in a bedroom.
Yeah.
I'm in my family room.
Yep. There he goes. Mm-mm-mm.
How about Dave? Did you see who's in WWE now?
Was this Tonga, right? Tama
Yeah,
Tonga?
King. You remember Haku, King Tonga?
Yeah. My knowledge of WWE is only because it pops up on my timeline on Twitter, but I
Well,
don't
back when
watch
you
it.
were a kid, though, watching WWE.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember King Tonga? You remember the story? He was like, that was the guy that they always said was the baddest one of the bunch.
Yeah, from what I've heard is he was a badass.
Yeah, exactly. And then the turn on Jimmy Uso or whatever one it is.
I'm surprised his brother didn't come out.
Yeah, but that's gonna open it up now for it.
Mm-hmm.
For them to get back together.
Unlike the WWE fans who would like to see AEW and all other promotions suffer, if you enjoy what WWE is providing you right now, then all the power to you, and may it continue to give you joy.
Well, I think their suffering comes on their own behalf, but that's...
Yeah, why would I want AEW to suffer?
Yeah.
We can all work together.
Well, because some people are beyond tribalistic.
Well, when you say some people, you sound like a damn liberal.
Oh.
Well, some people. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not
give me
everyone.
facts.
It's not. I could. I mean, I could show you all these people on the internet that are just going crazy about their hate for AEW, and I've seen some things pop up on my timeline of JD, and people are just ridiculing him because he's just riding Triple H's cock, and apparently he's mad because his press pass for AEW was revoked. So that's apparently one of the reasons he's not too pleased with them. But,
really? I didn't even know he had a press pass. I couldn't even tell you the last time I listened to him, though. Huh.
I haven't listened to that guy in fucking ages. I don't even know if I'm subscribed to him ever, even when he was working with Joe.
JD or Joe, whoever, and yeah, I don't.
I don't even know Joe's take on what's going on with AEW right now, but I don't care.
I'm sure he's upset with the music or something.
Yeah.
Or the fashion someone was wearing.
Yep.
Yeah, petty, stupid, small little shit, you know.
Like something gay like that.
Yeah, sounds like Joe.
Well, when we watched Survivor Series, it was really good. And then we watched his review for it, and he was just like picking on everything that had to do with none of the matches. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that about Joe. Just fucking, it's all complaints, and it's never like, shit, I really just enjoyed this.
He does it half-assed now.
Yeah, he's been doing that for, even when I was still working with him, he was doing it like that. His heart's not in it anymore.
No, and he's probably, and his priorities at home are growing. I mean, his family's getting older. His kid, you know.
I know. I can't
blame the guy.
I can't. Oh, it's crazy how big his kids have gotten. His oldest boy is already taller than all of them.
Oh yeah.
It's insane.
Wonder who the father is. No, just.
50-year-old man with no social life or job.
What?
50-year-old man
you got
with
trolls?
no social life
Is
or
that
job.
code for you got trolls in your chat?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they finally returned?
Oh, they
Awesome.
finally returned.
Mm-hmm.
Who is it, Bertha?
No,
I'm
it
gonna
just
check
says
it out right now.
50-year-old man
There's
with
a
no
thumbs up for you.
social life.
Wow.
Who's he referring to? Or she or
Obviously
it?
me. Obviously me, but I'm like, damn that. I mean, there's like, are they like invisible or something? Because it doesn't even show the. Oh, there it goes. Are you in
I
there
see
too, Dave? Okay, so
Listen to these losers. You're here, dude. Why are you here?
Why are you here?
it's
I guess they have a slow Saturday. They got nothing to do.
it must be someone from Atlantic City.
Yeah, there's a lot of losers in Jersey.
That's funny.
Man, do I want to go to California?
Go to Canada.
Can't.
Go to New
Yeah.
Jersey.
Oh yeah, I could go down.
Keep those eyes open, Grandpa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeez,
Okay,
that
someone
doesn't-
that can't even use a real name in the chat
And
to
somebody that gets
come at somebody.
that sounds like very threatening words right there. Keep your eyes open. Really?
That's chef. That's a very nice way of saying a sexless pussy. But you know,
Sexless pussy.
You know, it's just, that shows how much of a pussy they really are.
exactly.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
sure
isn't
show them. I'll use a fake name and put eyes in the chat and say things that nobody gives a shit about. I'm so
Technic-
miserable in my life. You sure are.
Technically,
You faggot. You sure are.
Nikki, you are the grandfather. Technically, I don't have any grandkids, and
Neither do I.
that might have been at you, Grandpa.
Gee.
Yeah. However, will Nikki go on?
Oh. I'll probably just, do what I'm gonna do today anyway.
Yeah.
Enjoy the UFC 300.
Yeah.
You smoking anything this weekend?
No.
I am this
my
fucking
mom-
joint.
My mom,
Nice.
my mom's making a bunch of fish tonight.
Oh, nice. What kind?
I think some cod.
Yum. You've inspired me, Shaft. I shall too roll myself a joint.
I got some crumble, it's called, and I sprinkled it in with my jizoint.
Joint.
It does add a little kick to the traditional flour.
Soon, Shaft will dethrone Nikki as the true weed god.
Probably not.
No.
Questions, comments, concerns, Nikki?
No.
Probably not.
I don't want that title. I wouldn't want
most
that
people.
title.
Hey, most people can't even handle it.
You have to add a little wine to that cough, as Nikki does.
Wind them up.
Nikki, when you shift gears, do the eyes light up on your shifter?
I don't think so. No. I
Because
think
you've
it's
seen
just
those
a
in real
skull.
life, right?
Yeah, they're fucking.
That's
sick.
fucking cool.
Did you see the videos for the North American Midwest trucking show in Kentucky the other week?
I did not.
Oh man, there were some nice fucking trucks.
That channel in the chat is already gone.
Really?
But get ready for a new one.
Yeah, get ready for it.
I wonder what it's gonna be. It's I know who it is. We all know. It's coming. There's 3 people in the chat. It's coming.
I'm coming. No more. Stop. I'm coming.
And that's like we don't even have SC blocked in here. I don't believe.
Yeah, exactly.
We let them. We let people speak. Oh, I don't want you to know it's me, but it's obvious it is.
We'll say bye. My question to them is, how does it feel to lose so badly?
Arms of an angel.
Yeah, it's either one or the other of those two. The way the name's written, I would think RP. And the I, you know, the I thing, I would think that's like RP, like just waking up and his mom's laying next to his uncle in bed.
Laying next to his uncle.
You know, grandma's in the kitchen cooking up dinner. Yelling at him to go clean his feet.
The sphincter.
What are you doing in bed? You gotta be out there selling the oranges.
His big, 2 big dirty dogs laying next to him.
Oh.
Licking his face and his feet.
Well, dirty spics, am I right? They gotta go back, just like Trump said.
Tell Dave about this. So Thursday, our city council does once a month. City council has their meeting. In the last 2 months, we've had pro-Palestinian sympathizers giving speeches at the end of the meeting when it's, you know, community participation. Everyone gets 5 minutes. You know, the council doesn't respond to anything, but
you can voice your opinion if you'd like.
Yes. So the last 2, in this past one there were a lot more pushing for the city to put something together. I can't remember the exact word for it, to submit to the state to say that we support a ceasefire in the city. I guess the city has 2 other cities, including Detroit, has already done this. So they're going around
being sluts.
Yeah, they're going around community, you know, and trying to get this done. Which these things are useless. There's, you know, words written on paper. Nothing happens by them.
Yeah.
It's just basically the city is stating that we support a ceasefire. I thought you'd find that kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll convince the Israelis to stop what they're doing, you know?
Well, the way, yeah, right. And the other way I look at it is what a waste of time. They're trying to worry about their own local government where Shaft's at. And then you have these radicals coming in here talking about stuff that's halfway around the world. That is around the world, you know? It's like, this doesn't have anything to do with where we live. Like,
when they go up there, they have to give their address and state their name and their address. 3 of them that spoke out of the 5 that were pro-Palestinian all lived in the same house in the city. So obviously brother, sister, whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Plans.
Well, not so much plants, but they're,
Somebody's paying them.
I don't even know if they're getting paid or if it's just,
Dude, this is not organic. All the protests in support of Palestine, that's not organic.
Like the one girl, this one guy that's in the city that's a writer, and he's, I'd say very conservative, but base conservative type, but very good writer. I think I've told you about him before, Dave. I won't get into names right now, but he said the next time he sees her at the grocery store, which one of them works at, one of the American girls that talked, he's gonna say, oh, by the way, there's no such thing as Palestine, because theoretically there isn't. Palestine isn't made up by the Arabs.
Isn't it a territory though?
No.
Well, it's geographically, it's a territory.
Right, yeah.
But as in, under the auspices of what international law is considered,
it's not a country.
It's not considered an actual country. Right. It doesn't have the same status in the world as any other country.
As Israel, that's the country that it is. It's Israel because that was done in 1948 or 49, whatever one it was. And that was all a part of
even under the Ottoman rule, it wasn't even considered a country. It was again just a territory that was being governed. And even under the British during World War II, it wasn't
British. At one time, it was called
British Palestine.
Yes.
Yeah, but the word Palestine came from the Romans. They labeled that region, and again, it wasn't a country; it was a region under the protectorate of Rome.
Right.
And they called it Palestine, but never actually been a country. Could have been if the Arabs decided to get on board with those resolutions and stuff, but whatever. Nuke the entire fucking area. I'd like to. I mean, there's so many beautiful places with great architecture and a lot of historical value, like Jerusalem, for example, Bethlehem. But maybe it's just better for all of us if just the entire Middle East was just eradicated.
I mean, not just the Middle East. I mean, you could say that about everything. Look what's going on with Ukraine and Russia and. Over the years, all the Baltic wars. And they like to fight in that little area.
Yeah, that's how they are. I mean, they've been fighting, these battles for thousands of years, no matter what religion or religions were dominant there, and they're going to keep fighting. It's sectarian violence.
Like I have some Albanian friends, and they posted, I think it was on the 6th of April, was in 1911 was their independence, Albania's Independence Day from the Ottoman Empire. It's when they won some battle. I can't remember the name of it, but that's when they gained their independence. Yeah, but that area, man, they've always been fighting.
I'm just starting at 15,309. Okay. I'm just starting a 1,500-mile journey.
Oh, wow.
Going from Dallas, Texas to Santa Monica, California. You know what's funny? The mod that I have for the like, there's even mods for like real, logos for like gas stations and billboards and blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's
Yeah.
one that I've been seeing that says "Vote 2024" on the billboards on here. So that's cool. Whoever made this, or whoever made the mod, kind of cool. Oh my god, my butthole! Oh my god! I have a lot
Sounds
going
like
on with my body.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got that New Jersey AIDS.
Whoa.
Makes you gay.
It makes you pee blood out of your butthole.
Tell me, how groomed are your eyebrows?
I mean, I let me put it, I make sure I don't have a one eyebrow, but I don't groom them. You know what I mean? Like when I cut my hair, like I just like put in. You know what I mean? I try to not look like a Pakistani. We're heading westbound down. We're heading out and trucking. I don't know where you want to go. I don't know where to go. Sure gonna be there. What you gonna pay for this? 92 grand for Santa Monica for gas.
Are you gonna stop at any Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's? No, I just actually filled up on gas, so I should be set all the way there.
Yeah, but snacks and shit. Maybe
Yeah.
some lot lizards.
Yeah.
You don't have the hot coffee mod in your fucking trucking game?
Will you be on the Garden State Highway now?
Is that somewhere in South Jersey?
That's all through Jersey.
All through. Oh.
It's the main thoroughfare.
Speaking of nuking regions, just fucking nuke Jersey.
I got family.
Okay, get them out, then nuke it.
I thought California was a problem.
Oh, there's certainly a problem, but I think Mother Nature hates them enough that she's going to give them the big one soon enough. Oh, isn't that going to be glorious?
It's pretty conservative down there in the South Jersey area, actually, except if you're in like Atlantic City, where it's like a fucking ghetto. Except if you're on the boardwalk, around the casinos. Once you get away from that, it's Atlantic City a ghetto.
Well, okay, then tactical nukes. How about that?
There you go.
I'll compromise. Also, Nick, if you see a Tesla on the road, run it off. Just crash into it and just push it into a bridge column or something.
There might be Teslas on here, I think.
Yeah, be sure to
The car
fucking
mod that I have.
wreck them.
Why can't I support Elon? It's just like Teslas. I feel like, yeah, I know they're expensive, but I feel like he's got them figured out. Other electric vehicles are just all shitty and dumb.
Tesla isn't that good either. It's killed a lot of people.
I understand that, but like of all the car companies, if you were to purchase one, I would probably go with the Tesla over anything else.
Then you confirm that you're anti-American.
Well, I'm not. I'm
Because
just,
electric
like,
vehicles are fucking trash. It's gas all the way, baby.
Well, yeah, I totally agree. I drive an 04 Chevy Silverado. Like,
Silverado?
it's just Silverado. It's just like slang term. Backwoods, Michigan.
It's a Michigan term, right?
No, it's not. No,
Yes, it is.
No,
Oh,
it's
see,
not.
You're a
mostly
Dodge
a
guy.
northern
Come
Michigan
on.
thing.
Yeah, it's a Nicky Jake thing.
You guys remember that episode of The Simpsons where, what's his name? Fucking Skinner invites Chalmers over to his house, and he's like, steamed hams. It's a northern New York term. He's like, well, I'm from Utica, and I've never heard that before. He's like, no, that's more of a, I can't remember what other fucking, no, what's that one that starts with an R and, fuck, in northern part of New York.
Northern part of New York. Albany?
Rochester.
Rochester, okay.
Yeah, so the whole thing, it's like, oh, well, I'm from New York. I've never heard it in Utica. Oh, no, it's a... yeah, it's a Simpsons reference. Probably before you were born there, Nikki.
Oh, okay.
Before you were born.
Bunch of 50-year-old man.
Yeah, I got my cane.
Get off my lawn.
Speaking of lawn, I gotta cut my grass.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude.
It's gonna be another month for mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing lawn work in May, not now.
Like
and it's been fucking stupid cold here.
Like my outside's all taken care of and everything. Well, I'm gonna probably pressure wash my house once it gets a little warmer out. But as far as like lawn and stuff like that, like I got field grass. Like I have sand where I live, so like it takes a while for it to fucking grow.
Yeah, you can get away with yours being long.
Though I have a drain field that I cut kind of more periodically, but that's like 2 minutes. That's like 3 swipes. Yeah.
You should put a part 3 hole in your backyard somewhere.
Oh yeah, for sure. We could. But I kind of want to get a pond, Doug. It's nothing to have an excavator come in and just dig at one and take the dirt and leave.
You can do both. You could have a part 3.
Yeah, true.
Over your pond.
Yeah, yeah.
With the green on the backside.
Right.
I knew a guy that had and he didn't have a big backyard. He had it going from corner to corner. And he had a little chip, but he had a very nice green that he did up, elevated in his yard. And he'd do that. He could sit there for hours and just chip balls up onto his green.
So I saw this the other day. Apparently this year, 2024 is going to be the same backwards and forwards. I don't know if you guys saw that meme going around.
That. Yeah.
This is the year, Nikki.
Oh, I get it. Huh, that's hilarious.
There you go.
I never thought of it that way.
Is that when the polarities shift and you start going the other way?
It's just another day like the eclipse. All these fucking idiots are like, oh my god.
I should get married on that day.
No, but the Earth is eventually going to shift and start spinning the other way.
There is talk that a micronova may occur soon, and the sun's ejection of all this matter is going to cause a magnetic shift, at least on Earth, which may lead to an actual geographical shift as well. So it's not just the magnetic poles shifting, it's the actual Earth moving, and Canada might actually become closer to the equator if that's the case.
That's if you survive the moving.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
You alter the gravity. I mean, if it's moving, then your spin's probably going to stop.
Well, it's happened in the past, and humans survived that, so... Yeah, sure, a lot of people died, but, it's happened so often in history that we just should accept it and not... Did you see the other day some stupid fucking think it was a politician, said that the eclipse was caused by climate change. Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. It was that black lady, Sheila Jackson Lee.
Well, that's one of them. She said
said a
that the
lot
moon
of
is made
dumb-
of gases
Oh yeah, she. Oh.
and you can't land on it. But no, the one I saw was a white woman.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, you should Google the Sheila Jackson Lee one.
No,
Oh,
I know. I
man.
saw that one, dude. I saw her. She
Oh.
wasn't even able to put on her fucking shades proper.
Oh, you saw that too? Oh my god.
Of course I did.
Lord. Lady, their glasses. Come on. That just shows how to touch these people fucking are.
Look at IQ based on race, and that'll answer your question.
Elephant IQ versus orangutan. Oh! Nobody heard what I said, did they?
No.
Joe Rogan was talking to, I can't remember the guy he was talking to, but they were talking about fluoride in our water and how there's proof and shows that it lowers IQ.
It does, actually. It also gives a lot of brain fog.
Right.
I haven't used fluoride-based toothpaste in decades, and I remember going to the dentist and the regular cleaning, all that, and they would use fluoride, and afterwards it just, the brain fog's like, what the fuck, dude? And since I started saying no, I don't want no fluoride when it comes to the cleaning, and there are a few people that dentists that will adhere to that, never happened again.
Yeah.
But again, fluoride is dangerous. I mean, you have to use a hazmat suit to fucking handle it. Just like Roundup, but you're gonna spray your food with Roundup? Like, they're trying to kill us. They're trying to fucking kill us. They're trying to depopulate the planet. There's no way around it. I mean, fuck, man. They had their Georgia Guidestones basically tell it out. It's like, the elite only need about 500 million people alive on the planet. It means the rest of them are worthless and needs to die. I mean, the World Economic Forum is saying the exact same thing.
Right.
They're all dead.
Yeah, so, Nikki, when's the Michigan militia going to invade Canada and save us? Because we're fucked.
Any day now.
Excellent.
Any day
I'll
now.
have milk and cookies ready.
We're gonna storm our way right to Joe.
We'll be like France when the Nazis invaded and were cheered.
Right. I wouldn't call.
I mean, imagine how bad it was in France if they're fucking cheering the Nazis fucking invading them.
Right.
And then you guys saw that that whole clip with that black guy shooting the cops. He shot them consecutively 11 times before they opened fire on him, and they ended up, expending about 96 rounds. And all these headlines are trying to make it look like, oh, it was just a regular traffic stop, and the cops just decided to ventilate the guy.
Yeah.
And then the mother comes on fucking TV with a fucking, again, straight white hair straight orange hair, but straight hair appropriating, white culture, and trying to make this whole thing that he was a good boy, he didn't do nothing. They show the photos they're showing is not the mugshot that he was recently photographed with for possession of an illegal firearm and for carjacking. No, it's his high school graduation. Again, it's like showing Trayvon Martin at 14 as opposed to whatever age he was when he got sent to hell.
Right.
And you still have faggots like Joe Cronin that will defend Trayvon Martin. He's a disgrace to the race.
He didn't need to die, Dave.
Who?
He didn't need to die.
You certainly sounded like Cronin there.
Trayvon was just a young man who wasn't guided right.
He was just picking up Skittles.
Yeah, he just went to feed his family.
Yeah, because families always eat with big screen TVs that are looted from stores that never did anything to them, right?
Basically.
No, but God forbid we actually have law and order in the West. No, just keep shoplifting from stores, and then they all close down, and then people want, well, it's a food desert. We have, why are white people doing this to us? How about stop shoplifting from the stores that actually have the guts to try to go into the ghetto and, provide services?
Right.
Oh, I think it was KFC closed like 10 or 20 locations in Oakland because the crime was so rampant. Hitting them where it hurts.
And then they'll say that. Sorry, I was acting. They'll say they're racist for doing it.
Everything's racist, apparently. I put it in your chat the other day. The eclipse was racist.
Yeah, because it's black.
Black guy?
There's some articles saying that it marginalizes black people or something, or the science behind the eclipse marginalizes black people. It's just fucking pathetic, and always written by a small hat, which is interesting because the terrorist attack that happened, I think it was yesterday or early today, in Australia, mother got killed, baby got stabbed, 4 other people got injured, I believe. Last name Cohen. What do you think, Shaft? Certainly sounds like someone from Pakistan, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because Cohen and Goldenberg and all those last names are very common in that region, aren't they?
Yes.
Or I should say in Muslim countries. But... Oh, and Trudeau's passing a law, or he's going to try to pass a law where basically posse comitatus is out the window, and it's going to allow the military to support the government against civilians, basically. It's like
Isn't that against your constitution?
Yes, it is.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's just incredible that
Supreme Court?
because they stacked the Supreme Court with a bunch of fucking liberal supporters and shit. And then there's the new online hate bill. I don't know if you heard about that, but basically if it's offensive, again, very open-ended definition, but if it's offensive, somebody could be charged with a hate crime, and you could actually go to jail for life. For mean words.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I'm not even touching on all the details that bill is trying to push forward. It's insane. Literally, I cannot convey how insane shit is right now in Canada. Oh, and fucking it's okay. So basically, our version of the CIA, CSIS, since 2019 has been, and probably earlier, I believe, has been telling the federal government, the Liberals under Trudeau, that there's been election interference, major election interference by the Chinese communists. And first it was Trudeau's like, oh, I don't read all the briefings. And he's like, I read all the briefings. And then I clearly didn't see anything that was warranted to take action and stuff. Basically, the last 3 elections in Canada that made Trudeau win were all fucking affected by the Chinese. It's totally proven, basically, that this guy committed treason by allowing this, being told this is happening, and they're going to support, your government to prop it up and so forth, because, again, he's got a very cozy relationship with China. And he flip-flopped on so many things, saying, oh, well, I didn't get the briefing. Oh, I did get the briefing, but I didn't read it. I was just told about it. And then CSIS comes out, it's like, no, we gave you the full gamut, like, for years. We told you exactly what was going on in great detail, and you basically dismissed us, saying there's not enough threat or evidence. It's insane, dude. It's insane.
Insane.
And I got Actually, Ken, there's a little preview, but Ken contacted me the other day, and he told me that. It's like, what's happening in Canada right now is fucking insane. Like, I used to admire all the stuff in Canada, and, like, they really stood out on the international, spectrum, world, whatever, stage, about, their moralities and trying to be a middleman and all this sort of thing to help out promoting peace and cooperation and stuff. And he's like, what happened to that Canada that I, knew? And he wants to do a show called, what did he name it? Dude, Where's My Canada? With me. And, I can get a hold of the guy. We're going to work out when we're going to do that. But, yeah, I'm going to be talking about that sort of thing. All these sorts of things that have been happening, with Canada, and how it's just drastically changed from even 10 years ago. Like, Canada is unrecognizable from what it used to be. And it's insane, the laws that they're pushing. This is literal Soviet bullshit. This is like pure communism.
So what about your Republicans up there? What are they trying to do to combat it?
The conservatives are basically on a roll right now. They really don't have to do anything other than not fuck up, and they're going to win the next election in a landslide. There's about... They polled people, and remember, polls are usually, biased. Because remember, Trudeau has authorized billions of dollars to the media to basically tell his side of the story, to get Facebook to take down information. They actually asked Google recently to take down information about the previous government, which was conservative, that would basically disprove what the liberals are saying. So right now, our conservatives just have to sit back and let this government implode on itself, and basically get to the point where they'll never be voted in again. Like, this will obliterate the Liberal Party. So, but they are bringing up the fact that, there was another carbon tax added. So it's a tax upon a tax, and apparently taxing people is going to somehow save the environment. And basically Trudeau just keeps doubling down. And he's trying to push these laws in before the next election so that he can further manipulate it and essentially get another win. Despite the fact that this poll that was recently taken, 70% of Canadians want him out by any means. Election, he resigns, whatever, but they want him out. And he keeps doubling down. And again, polling biased, it's way larger than 70%. There's right now about 20%, I guess, of actual support for Trudeau, and it's probably less, but these are the people that would benefit, the bureaucrats, the unionists. They're the ones who are going to benefit from a Trudeau government. Oh, the Chinese spies. But the majority of Canadians are suffering. Even the leftists and progressives and all that, they're suffering bad because of all the economic woes, and they want him out. So we have a dictator, basically.
He just hasn't started murdering people yet.
Well, again, look at what they did with the trucker convoy.
Yeah,
and again, freezing people's bank accounts?
Semi-truck drivers? Really? You really taught them. You're really gonna...
No, but that was a good thing in the sense that it inspired the world. It showed how bad it was in Canada, and
Right.
You've had a lot of trucker convoys since then in other countries. Look at what the Europeans are doing. They know how to fucking riot.
Yeah, with their farm equipment and whatnot.
Yep. Spraying police stations with manure. Spraying the cops with manure. Yeah, I might be able to shed a little light for people when Ken and I finally put that together.
Get that collab going.
Yeah, and we just have to finish a few things when it comes to our show, but that'll be coming out at some point. Friday Night Frenzy. I think I told you guys that he got Chris to work on a bunch of graphics and stuff, intros and all that. And yeah, that's, I believe, done.
You guys should do Saturday Night Shenanigans.
It's a good name for a show, but he's got Insomniac on Saturday. So we'd initially, when we started talking about this, it was going to be Friday, because again, we didn't want to take away from his Saturday and all that. And I don't know if you got... Did you guys watch Ken's last Insomniac?
Yes.
Because after the show, I didn't watch it live. I watched it for the next day. But somebody left a comment in the chat saying, like, I've watched you for 3 years, Ken, but you guys making fun of Jesus was the last straw.
What?
Well, see, the thing is, it makes sense to me, but I got to the part where I think they were referring to it. It was the only time Jesus was mentioned. And it was basically Mello, who is, I think, fits what he was saying about making fun of Jesus. I can't really say that he was, but he was sort of disputing things in the typical, Khazarian way. And I think that's where the guy got offended because, Mello was just spouting on and on about just bullshit. Again, the guy does have a bias against Christianity. And,
Well, he's a Jew.
Well, yeah. That's another problem about him.
Jew.
But yeah, so basically this person was, and Ken responded, he put like 10 comments in the chat because I guess he felt bad. And he's like, I never did that. I don't know, what part you're referring to. I would never do that sort of thing. You know me, Jesus is very important to me in my life. Like, I haven't seen any updates on that. So I don't know if there was any response to it, but, okay. So you had Filthy there talking about, the theory that, Jesus may have bred with Mary Magdalene, and that they had a bloodline sort of thing. But it was mostly Mello that was sort of on that anti-Jesus slant. I don't think it was overt, but it was. I think it was certainly present.
No, he was like, she wasn't a virgin, that kind of thing.
Yeah. He said Jesus was a Jew, which is. Nah, see, the thing is, though, Hebraism is not Judaism. Judaism is basically what Jesus fought against. The Pharisees, the Talmud, right? The Talmud says there's 12 genders. The Talmud says it's perfectly fine to rape a goy child, as long as they're... it even says that it's okay to rape a Jewish child, as long as they're under 3. It says this in there. It says that fucking Jesus is boiling an excrement in hell. It says this there. So the Pharisees are totally different from the Hebrews. It's details like that, again, when somebody says the Bible, the problem is that they never sort of differ. They should just be saying either the New Testament or the Old Testament.
Most people don't realize that there is an old and new.
How?
Because they never read the Bible.
No, but then you can't be following any faith. That's the thing. What was Jesus' whole purpose? To provide that new covenant, was it not? I mean, the Jews got their covenant in the Old Testament, and I guess God said, that's no longer stands. They should know this. I mean, Ignorance is certainly anathema to me.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call into Insomniac tonight and put Mello in his place.
Do it. Home.
Again, he also I noticed this is when it comes to he tries to goad this on, especially when Tommy's there about religion. He tries to really sort of denigrate Tommy's faith and again, sort of insult Christianity with the manner that he poses the statements. They're not even questions because he's not curious. He's already made up his mind. So he does try to do that to Tommy. And Tommy has faith. Like, why try to take that away from somebody? Nobody's trying to do it to fucking Mello, but I will do it tonight. How about that? Let's talk about all the fucking child rape. Again, typical Jew response. And not Hebrew, Jew, Pharisee. When they were talking about the tunnels in New York, coincidentally being found out of synagogues, his first response to Ken, it's like, oh, well, that's quite anti-Semitic to say that. Rather than saying, holy shit, are our people involved in this?
But there's literally video of it. Why would he say that?
Because that's the typical knee-jerk response. Again, anti-Semitism really is don't talk badly about the Jews. It's not because Semite is those people in that region. Personally, I think Lebanese girls are beautiful, so I clearly am not anti-Semitic. But again, it's and Syrian's also very, very nice. But Lebanese, it's that European influence. But that's the typical response you get from people that are trying to play defense for their own people. And even if they know they're wrong. And it's very tribalistic. You find this with most people other than white people. White people have been told their culture and history is bad so that they shouldn't be tribalistic. But every other group is said that is necessary for their survival. So, I have a few words to discuss
I do
with
think
Mello.
because of what happened on October 7th, they have a right to defend themselves.
Yeah.
Like, they got every right to do what they've been doing ever since then.
In theory or on the basic level, yes. But the thing is, they were also aware that this attack was coming and did nothing to prevent it. This was just going to help further the political move. And they've admitted this. They want to clear out Gaza and, make it fully Jewish. They want to literally eliminate everyone that lives there. And they are trying to push them to be deported too. So they've made these deals with Canada, with England, to take these refugees. Well, that's how you actually commit genocide, is that you displace the native population and you remove any example of existence that they had on that land. It is a genocide. And they've also, again, eliminated, at this point, 30,000 people during this conflict? And because we already know that more than 50% of the population is under 18, basically, most of those casualties are kids.
Yeah, you can tell by the targets, too.
And there's been many times already where there was that, it was like a relief convoy of chefs and people that were providing food. They were purposely targeted. A lot of other agencies came out from around the world saying it's clear that these guys, like the Israelis, knew who was in those vehicles, and they targeted them specifically, because of their role. And it was just released, I read this today, that Israel has an AI program called Where's My Daddy, which is specifically made to monitor all sorts of communications to be able to track somebody down for a drone strike. But the name itself shows the sickness. Where's my daddy? It's, it's what the response would be of a child of a parent who was killed in an airstrike. I mean, are we going to ignore the whole statement of the synagogue of Satan? I mean,
I have a question for you. Do you know the reason why the Germans in World War II didn't like the Jews?
well, because Hitler straight out said it. There's an international banking syndicate run by the Jews that is basically destroying our country. There's been a lot of videos coming out on Twitter recently where they've taken AI, translated the German, and basically remade the speeches by Hitler in English, saying this is approximately what he would sound like if he was speaking English, if he could speak it. But it's just taking the words that he said during the speech. A lot of the time when they show Hitler going crazy on these podiums and yelling shit and all that, you're not reading any subtitles. You just see some guy that you're being told is crazy and just is full of hate. And when you start to read actually what he said, he's telling people that Germany was destroyed financially, economically, and culturally because of this influence of international bankers. And they happen to be Jews. Here's a bigger question. Why is it illegal in Germany and many other countries to even question if the Holocaust happened or to what extent it happened? Because if you were allowed to criticize something or question it, the truth would come out, wouldn't it? So what do you gain by limiting discussion on a topic that you already said is true? So if it's true, then what's the problem? You've got all the evidence to be able to show me, right?
Truth and reconciliation.
No, I don't think there can be any reconciliation after what comes out. Even to question and like I'm talking hate right now, according to some people.
Yeah.
This is shit that in some other countries would have me basically thrown into jail, and if that law passes in Canada, then yeah, but they're not taking me alive. That's a fact. But yeah, it's a lot of people are waking up, basically. And before they make it sound like you're hateful just for simply questioning things. But now people are just sick and tired. The term racist no longer matters anymore because it's been thrown around so often that at some point people are just saying, fine, I'm a racist for simply questioning things. Okay, I'm a racist now, fine. They don't care. These words to try to shame people don't work anymore. And that movie, coincidentally, Civil War, I think, is out now, or is coming out. You've seen that, guys, or heard about it? Netflix? No? Okay, so it's, again, made by Netflix, but it's a movie called Civil War, and apparently it tries to portray, journalists as heroes. So, yeah, it's just about what happens. There's a breakdown in America, and a civil war ensues. I don't know too many details about it, but it's been pushed highly by the media, so you know something's up. It's made by Netflix, so you know that something's up there. They paid Obama and his husband, big money to do a show for there, which was Shit on Whites. I can't remember what the title was. And yeah, this movie is out or coming out soon. But it's called Civil War, just simply Civil War. Have you seen that commercial? Maybe you saw the commercial for it where there's, I guess, a few people from a militia dressed in camo. And there's a white guy with red sunglasses. And he's in front of like 3 apparent Latino people. And He's like, what are you? And they say American. He's like, what kind of American? Have you seen that at all?
No.
Okay.
Never.
But again, who runs the media? Who runs Hollywood? What kind of message are they trying to say? And how does their black magic actually come into play? It's the revelation of the method. So we're going to show you what we're going to do, and if you don't object to it, well then this is how they believe it. We're free karmically. We showed you what we're going to do. You did not oppose it, therefore you're giving us permission to put the spell on you and to do these things to you. This is how they think.
Interesting.
Alex Jones has said that for quite a while as well, is that I'm just telling you what they say. Like, you don't have to believe it, but the thing is, you know how sick these people are, and they believe it. So start taking what they tell you seriously, because this is what they want. And again, because they believe in this Talmudic black magic, if you don't object to the spell that's being put onto you, you're basically complicitly, spiritually allowing it to happen to you, which is why they think they're karmically free, because they think that you're accepting of it and willing to allow it. And that's how they believe.
That's right.
But it's just, to me, it's just exasperating what's going on in the world. And so many people are ignorant of it, or when exposed to it, they don't give a shit. They're apathetic. I take it you don't give a shit.
No, it's that I'm at a point now where my opinion doesn't matter. So, yeah.
Why not?
Because your opinion, if you aren't for the left, your opinion doesn't matter anymore.
And you're for the left?
No.
You just said if you're for the left, that your opinion doesn't matter, and then prior to that, you said your opinion doesn't matter.
Your opinion doesn't matter unless you're for the left.
Oh, and okay, I didn't hear that.
So,
well, it depends who you are, or at least I should say it depends on who's listening to.
right. And, yeah, that has a lot to do with it. I've watched a lot on the reasoning. It would be pretty extreme if I said what I've seen is pretty, or stories that I've heard, and the reasonings are pretty extreme.
Like what?
And more in kind of with the same. Well, they were just totally against conservative way. Jews have always been. They same-sex marriage and stuff, and things on those lines. Look down on.
Did you hear that apparently Israel is
The safest place in the world for transgenders? Yes.
Well,
It's true.
yeah, okay, yeah, but I'm not arguing that. But the thing is, though, that's sort of, I mean, potato. It's the safest place for pedophiles, and it's the highest concentration of pedophiles in the world. So you're saying transgender, and I say pedophile. Let's just say that it's a synonym, I guess, at this point, because we do see this. Speaking of which I find hilarious, is that, remember when this was going on, I guess when I was still with Joe Cronin, Jesse was this big fucking supporter of transgenders and how these people should be allowed in other bathrooms and blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you were watching, Joe, at that point, but basically, I was on that show saying, as soon as Obama allows for men to be in women's bathrooms, you're gonna see fucking assaults on kids. You're gonna see these sexually depraved individuals attacking and assaulting people, and showing how perverse they are. What happened literally the week that this shit was fucking went through? There was like 24 cases, and I remember fucking collecting all these cases and just berating fucking Jesse on them and like sending him memes that I made and fucking links and shit. He got pissed off at that, but like, it's just like, I told you this was gonna fucking happen. And you're here defending, Bradalina, no, formerly Brad, should be allowed in the female bathroom because he's not gonna do anything. Meanwhile, I show fucking 20 articles to him of all the different cases that happened in the first 2 weeks of Bradalina fucking raping a 2-year-old or something.
Crazy.
But that's
then
something I noticed.
The other side will say they won't even acknowledge any of that, and what they'll do is they'll say that assaults on transgendered have skyrocketed, and suicides.
It's false.
Right. But that's what they'll say.
And the suicides is their own fault.
And you want to know what those assaults are from? The fathers of these kids going in the bathrooms and beating the shit out of them. That's what it is.
That might be in a small number, but the majority are false and hoaxes, which they try to report as if it actually happened, and it's not. But more importantly is, they say it's 40%, it's probably higher. The only genocide they're causing, this trans genocide, is on themselves, because they realize even after you chop off your bits, you didn't change your genetics, you're still the same chromosomes that you were before, and there's nothing that's going to cure you of this gender dysphoria. So they just say, I can't live this way anymore, I'm going to kill myself. It certainly isn't straight people forcing them to do that. They're doing it to themselves. Exactly. And that's why I say accelerate. More.
And
I do want to see a transgender fucking genocide. I do.
The problem that people have with it is when you start having it done in schools. When they start wanting to do that in schools. So that's where people are
that's the thing.
problem.
Now they're open about it.
When you get above 18, you can do whatever you want, but when you're under 18, yeah, that's no-go.
Yeah, and there's parents that actually allow this shit. Let their fucking literal 13-year-old fucking cut her tits off.
Oh, yeah,
or go through the fucking the hormones and all that shit. And a lot of countries are now banning the use of hormones for people that are under 18. But again, this goes back to the Talmudic view that Baphomet should be embodied, and Baphomet is actually a hermaphrodite. It's half man, half woman. And that's what's somewhat frustrating to me, is that it's not like this information's hidden. All you got to do is look and read. But people refuse to. And on top of that, you have all these excuses. Well, I have ADHD. I can't read a book.
I have ADD.
I'm ADD, yeah. Joe Cronin's used that argument often. Like, oh, I can't just read a book. The guy can't even read a fucking article. He'll read a headline and be like, oh, white man bad, black man good. And then later down in the fucking article, it's like, yeah, the black man raped and killed like 70 people. And yeah, he was stopped by this one guy who had a concealed carry weapon. And yeah, the white guy's bad. Joe is definitely a fucking liberal. He's not a libertarian like he claims to be. He's a fucking full-blown democratic liberal. Or democratic socialist, I would say.
He is. Whatever.
And it just blows my mind. It honestly blows my mind that people are willing to believe this shit. That they'll hold the party line for this. I don't know, guys. I'm stoned too, but it just blows my mind. I mean, we were given free will for a reason. We have the ability to fucking look this up ourselves, to learn, to simply use pattern recognition. Be like, I don't think the Democrats are really good. Look what they keep doing, and look how they try to deflect from what they did to somebody else so they don't take responsibility. It's not that difficult. You don't have to be a fucking political pundit or fucking podcaster to fucking know this shit. Regular people see it. Why is the fucking hillbilly in Virginia able to see this shit, but the fucking elitist there in Boston can't, or chooses not to?
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe. Who's still on? I could have been very bad, Nikki, because he is on your Discord, but I would not disrespect you.
They don't even come on here. He'd rather go hang out with other fucking weirdos that fucking cost him money than people that actually give him money. So there's been multiple times where we've all been on here hanging out, and he just shows up over there instead of just coming on over here.
Yeah.
And then I'll get the thing of, well, I didn't know I was allowed to. Really?
You're in the Discord, nigga. I mean, like, what's that there? Just for decoration?
Right.
Maybe I could taunt him into responding on your Discord, but I didn't want to make too many waves, you know?
I tried the one day and he didn't even look at it.
See, but you guys are still thinking inside the box, three-dimensionally. There's so much I could do to fucking garner attention to Joe, especially if I was reaching out to people in wrestling. Imagine if I went on air with fucking Ryback.
That would be alright. It's kind of indirectly.
Yeah, but I could comment. I'd be like, you know, that time that they showed up, try to fucking smooth you over there, and you're like, I'm not gonna deal with this shit, and then they made themselves look like a victim, and you know, I could talk so much about JD alone, you know, and talk about Joe and shit, and yeah. You know, if I ever see Joe, I'm gonna rape his ass.
He does take calls.
He does.
Where?
But I don't even know when his show's on. I know YR's called in. That fucking rat piece of shit. Yeah, I would love to call in.
Alright, I gotta hop off. I gotta do some stuff around the house here. And I'll be on for the fights.
Alright.
So
yeah, I gotta go do some laundry and shit, actually.
Alright, boys, have fun. See ya.
Alright, what time is let's see, you said 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock.
What time are you gonna be back on after you go?
Well, as soon as I get done with this haul, I'm gonna go over there and then eat, and then probably come back right afterwards.
Okay.
So I want to watch it. I'm gonna get Dad on the computer too. So.
Oh, it was great talking to your dad the other day. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
Come
him on
tonight.
tonight.
We'll be out.
Yeah.
Have the fights on.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right, I'll be back later.
All right.
Take care, guys.
It's basically freeway all the way there. So shouldn't be much.